What you know, Alibiers? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. It's Tuesday, September 23rd. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. We're going to take a break from the deep dive in the Barry Morphew documents to do the first episode on the discovery of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was found in the trunk of an abandoned Tesla in an impound lot. That car registered to the singer David. I'm going to link all of TMZ's coverage of the case in the description. They have been on top of it since day one. Anything about this case that has come out that's new, they report first. I'll also put a few other links in the description where I gathered some of this information if you want to dig deeper. Now, a full disclaimer, David has not been arrested as of now. He is presumed innocent, and there has been no suspect or person of interest named publicly. Now, that could look very different behind the scenes, but for now, nobody officially named as anything in this investigation. I've been thinking about this case for a couple of weeks now. I've followed it in the news. It's just we really haven't had a lot of credible information that I could say, this is pretty legit, so I feel comfortable putting it out there. But over the last couple of weeks, things are starting to come to light. And that's why I decided to go ahead and tackle this today. But one of the things I'm thinking about is, aside from the murder, people in his inner orbit had to have known if he was having an inappropriate relationship with Celeste. And they would have every reason to talk right now. This is one of those things where nothing has been confirmed publicly, but we can all do the math and the puzzle pieces seem to fit. So there you go. But law enforcement as a whole, very tight-lipped on the investigation as of now. So who is David? 20-year-old David Anthony Burke went viral on TikTok. He is signed as an artist at Interscope. His first song release was in May of 2023, and that peaked at number 105 on the Billboard Top 200 charts. Now, at the time Celeste's body was discovered, David was on a world tour. He continued to perform as the initial investigation progressed, but that tour has since been canceled. Also, his label has stopped promoting his album. One thing to point out, David had not been home in LA for over a month prior to the discovery of the remains. They will be able to estimate how long she had been dead for, which could be good or bad for David. If they determine she was killed around 2 weeks ago, clearly he had not been home for 2 weeks. But if they say a month or more, that's a game changer. He has over 33 million monthly listeners on Spotify and more than 3.5 million followers on TikTok, and that is where his songs Here With Me and Romantic Homicide went viral. Romantic Homicide, to date, one of his biggest hits. Now, the website DIY had a Zoom call with David before the discovery of the body, where he detailed his childhood as well as his rocket speed rise to stardom. I will link that interview in the description. He was born in Queens, New York, but he was raised in the Houston, Texas area. He was homeschooled and raised singing gospel songs. While being homeschooled, he felt very isolated until he discovered the online game Fortnite. After that, the online gaming community became his group, and really that's where his success launched because he was watching these music remixes of the game and started making his own. However, he got demonetized for using copyrighted songs, so that led him to produce his own music for his own edits. He recorded those in a closet using phone apps. Now, within the Fortnite community, he went viral, but he thought that maybe would be where the success would stop. In 2022, he started a SoundCloud account with his first viral hit being Romantic Homicide, and from there, the fuse was lit. His debut album was released in April of this year. On September 8th, workers at the impound lot Hollywood Tow on Mansfield Avenue in Los Angeles called the LAPD saying there was a foul odor coming from a Tesla which had been on the lot for a couple of days. Once police arrived, they found a body in a stage of advanced decomposition in the front trunk of the Tesla. That car was registered to David out of Texas, and it had been impounded after being reported abandoned in the Hollywood Hills. It had not been reported as stolen. Law enforcement notified David of the discovery. Police were able to pull fingerprints off the car, but as of now, we have heard nothing about that. Sources told ABC7 that the Tesla was one of several cars owned by David and many different people used any of his cars at any given time. The Tesla had Texas plates and it stayed parked in front of his residence normally. That home was in his manager's name, likely due to the fact that David is 20. And according to TMZ, that house rents for around $20,000 a month. And the landlord told the Daily Mail the value of the home is around $4.1 million. Other celebrities have lived in this house before David. The Daily Mail just reported the landlord told them the lease was ended days after a search warrant was executed on the house, and we're going to get to that in just a few. Law enforcement told NBC that her body was dismembered and all of the remains were not in the trunk. The medical examiner's office said the victim was a female who was inside of a bag. She was wearing black leggings, a yellow tube top, a yellow metal chain bracelet in the shape of a W, as well as a stud earring. The remains weighed approximately 71 pounds, and they estimated the height to be 5'1". She had black wavy hair and obviously had been in the trunk for an extended period of time. Her body was so badly decomposed that the medical examiner could not determine the victim's ethnicity or her age, but now she has been identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Her 15th birthday was the day before her body was found. She had been reported missing out of Lake Elsinore in Temecula, California. The medical examiner is awaiting results from toxicology and forensic tests to try to shed light on her cause of death, but as of now, it is listed as deferred. What is the timeline that we know so far? Last night, Ashley Banfield laid it out. In October of 2022, David and Celeste say hello in a Discord chat, and it's noted they seem familiar with each other. Just want to point out, she would have been 12 years old at this time. David would have been 17. He wrote, "Celeste in here?" Someone by the name of Celeste replied, "Hey, David, Bark." December of 2023, a demo is leaked of a song that was titled Celeste, where he talks about his love for her. TMZ reported some of the lyrics say, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." January 11th of 2024, David is seen on a live stream with someone who looks like Celeste. It is not confirmed officially that it was her, but really looks like her. She had a hoodie on with the hood pulled up, as well as glasses. At some point in the video, she says, "We need to delete this." So David asks his moderators, "Can we delete all vids? And as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?" In February of 2024, Celeste goes missing for the first time, but she does return home. Also in February of 2024, this is when the house was leased by his manager. February 26th of 2024, someone knew what was going on and commented on his social media, quote, "Waiting for LAPD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old girl," end quote. March 28th of 2024, David's fans talk about him dating someone. There was a comment left that he was, and her name was Celeste. She was officially reported missing on April 5th of last year, 13 years old at the time, and her brother said she was supposed to meet someone named David at a movie. June 27th of 2024, David reposts a video of someone cutting up meat and captions it with, quote, "Me if I see her talk with other dudes," end quote. February of this year, David released a video for his song One More Dance. In that video, it shows a body being put inside the trunk of a car. He plays the role of the killer and the victim. March of 2025, he releases his album Withered. August 5th, 2025, his world tour begins. September 3rd, the car is seen abandoned in the Hollywood Hills near where David had been living. September 6th, the Tesla is towed to that impound lot after being parked for more than 72 hours on a public street. September 7th was Celeste's 15th birthday, and the next day on the 8th is when her remains were discovered. Fast forward to September 17th, investigators searched his home in the Hollywood Hills. TMZ reported investigators were seen leaving with a computer and evidence bags. TMZ learned they went in looking for any blood evidence that might indicate Celeste was killed inside the home. That search took 12 hours, and they did use luminol. And if you follow true crime, you know that luminol is used to find blood that may have been cleaned up or just hidden where you couldn't see it. It's reported they looked in drains from the sinks as well. While there, they also looked for hair and fingerprints. September 18th, Celeste's body was positively identified through forensics. On September 20th, David starts canceling tour dates, and it just ends up with the tour being canceled altogether. September 21st, this past Sunday, there was a vigil in Celeste's hometown. And ironically, this was David's biggest streaming day of all time with 12.1 million streams. His song Romantic Homicide came back on the Billboard Top 200 charts as well. Celeste's mother told TMZ that she had a boyfriend named David at the time she disappeared. TMZ posted a photo of David in the immediate area around 3 blocks from Celeste's mother's house. In that photo, you see a side view of a young woman who looks a lot like Celeste, although not officially confirmed. That photo was taken in April of 2024, around the same time she was reported as missing. At some point, she was seen in a photo with David where he was cleaning his shoes, and I have found several photos online of David with what appears to be Celeste, but in all of those photos, she is hiding her face with something. Celeste and David had identical tattoos on their right index fingers. The tattoo said, shh, like shush. His tattoo was in black ink, and her mother said hers was in red. Just want to point out, this tattoo is not unique to David or Celeste. I've seen several celebrities with the same tattoo in the same spot. Police are asking locals in the area where the abandoned Tesla was towed from to check their surveillance videos as they try to find out who was driving the car when it was left there. They're also asking for any videos that would show alleyways in the area. They have received at least one alleyway video that reportedly did not show the Tesla. The original caller who reported the Tesla as abandoned did give law enforcement surveillance footage, but as of now, we don't know if the Tesla is seen on that or not. The area has several party houses as well as short-term rentals, so law enforcement has been working to get in touch with the owners of these homes. David also has removed merchandise from his site, one of which is a white long-sleeve shirt, maybe a button-up, this splattered in blood. On one of his Instagram posts, you see him what looks to be making these shirts himself. Now, a moderator on his Discord server made a statement after the discovery of the remains. It says, "To the members of this server, we, the Discord and Twitch staff team, want to clarify what we knew and didn't know regarding Celeste. We were not aware of her true age or that she was a missing person. We also did not have any contact with her outside of what was public. From what was shared in David's Twitch streams and from her role in the server, we understood her to be around 18 or 19. She appeared in 2 streams but otherwise was not active in the server, and we did not have ongoing communication with her. Most of us are not located in California, so we were not aware of any missing person reports connected to her. Additionally, the staff team has minimal contact with David or his management. The mention of her full name within the server was not seen in real time due to how fast the chat moves when David pings everyone. As a result of this situation, the majority of the staff team has left the server, and we no longer associate with David. We do not support his actions in any capacity. Our priority has always been the well-being of members in this community. We are deeply saddened by the situation and extend our prayers to Celeste's family. May she rest in peace, and may her family receive justice." They link a GoFundMe for her and end it with, "Rest in peace, Celeste Rivas Hernandez." So just to think about moderators, for those of you who aren't very familiar, for me personally, I have some trusted listeners who volunteer their time to moderate my live chats for me. We do not live in the same state. Some of us have not met in person. So the moderators here, I'm sure, just as shocked as everybody else when this came out. Also, people in his subreddit have accused him of deleting posts that were critical of him concerning the case, as well as some of his song lyrics. They say David was the only moderator listed, and hours after people noticed comments disappearing, that subreddit was completely locked down. David was removed as the owner, and there is currently no moderator listed as managing the page. In addition to his tour being stopped and his album not being promoted, Crocs and Hollister had campaigns going on with David, but those have been halted. They have removed him from all ads as the investigation continues. Both companies put out a joint statement saying, "We are aware of this developing story. With respect to the current situation, we have removed campaign content featuring David while the investigation continues." They gave that statement to Footwear News. David's spokesperson says he is cooperating with the investigation, and investigators with the LAPD say that they are following up on several leads. The landlord of the home said belongings are being moved out of the house and they should see moving trucks there soon. As of now, David's whereabouts are currently unknown publicly. I'm sure law enforcement has eyes on him, and that's really about it that we know that is not just fueled by rumor and speculation, which I don't do on here. If anything comes up in the case, I will likely do a YouTube short, so it's a good reminder. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want notifications of when I post new content, click that little bell icon. That is it for today. Hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon, and we will see you soon.